Chiefs of Staff of the Republic of Armed Forces present here, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, the Director General of the Ministry of Defense, the Acting Commandant, distinguished members of the Directing Staff of Horton Command and Staff College, all generals, senior officers, course graduates, esteemed families and friends, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. For me to be here today as the guest of honor at this graduation ceremony of the Senior Command and Staff Corps, my sincere gratitude and appreciation to the Commandant and the entire family of ARSLA for giving me this privilege and honor to celebrate with you today. It is not lost on me that this gathering celebrates not only the achievements of the fine military minds here, but it's a premise for what our government and the leadership of ARSLA has in store for you and for other future members of the Army. Before I continue, I want to bring you greetings from the Commander-in-Chief, His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio. The love and passion you see I have for the Army directly emanates from His Excellency. I have had the privilege to spend social evenings with the Army. I've had the opportunity to meet and discuss one-on-one with various leadership of the Army, and my commitment to everything you do is because His Excellency, your Commander-in-Chief, our Commander-in-Chief, precisely holds dearly what the Army represents to this country. So I wish to express in the strongest terms my admiration and appreciation of ARSLA. As they were reading my bio, I turned over to the acting commandant and I was like, is it too late for me to join the Army? Because I think the people I have interacted with who are when I grew up. I want to thank the Ministry of Defense last couple of years as we invest and reform what defense, security, and the Army looks like for us. And that's evident in the courses that are being taught here. I also want to take this moment to applaud all of you, the course participants, the graduating class. You've been here for many, many months, and you've undergone great reform and great growth. And I want to thank and acknowledge your family members for giving you the space. It's not easy for people north of 30, 40, 50 years to be in school. And the only way you can successfully stay up at night is because your loved ones, your children, your wives, your family members give you that space. So I want to acknowledge you and thank you for providing that space and support. You know, today we are honoring you individually for what you've done. And we've seen that all of you continue through the course, those of you who started. 43 people here today, including the allied students from Kenya, Gambia, Guinea, Liberia, Guinea-Bissau. You are family. And that has been demonstrated in the ways in which you've celebrated each other, in the ways you've applauded for each other. And it's not a singular responsibility, but rather a collective Pan-African responsibility that we have demonstrated, and I hope that will continue with you as you leave this space. We know that this course has not just prepared you to command, but to lead with vision, wisdom, courage, passion, and integrity, all essential values that are important in today's complex and evolving world. The training that you've received here, as was described in the introduction, goes beyond combat preparedness and strategic command. For me, as Chief Minister, what I heard was you are being prepared to be nation builders. You occupy a great space between government, us the politicians, and the citizens. And it's important that you remain not politicians. You remain who you are, committed to dedicating and protecting all of us as citizens. Because fundamentally, and most importantly, whether we're your brother, your wife, your sister, your son, or Chief Minister and His Excellency and the government of Sierra Leone, we all have one thing in common. We're citizens of Sierra Leone, and your commitment is to us as citizens of Sierra Leone. So I continue to urge you in every space that I have been and continue to re-echo what His Excellency has been saying, that we must all lead with integrity, humility, vision, and most importantly, a passion for transforming our country. I also want to use this moment to acknowledge the CDS and the entire leadership of ARSLAF for understanding that security isn't just war or peace. Security and the role of ARSLAF isn't just what's in the Constitution, word by word, and stops there. But they have really taken the opportunity to let us know, and I see it when I interact with various leaders in the Army, that security is about development. And in Sierra Leone, our National Development Plan is the blueprint for strengthening our development and thus security. We have seen the ARSLAF continue to expand on training courses. We have seen the ARSLAF continue to expand on human capital development programs. We have seen the ARSLAF provide opportunities for business and engineering expertise. We have seen the ARSLAF provide welfare solutions, including AFLIS and other opportunities that have been provided for the gallant men and women of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces. The location where we are today, to the acting commandant, the directing staff, and the academic faculty, including those who we've honored today, we know and vision and planning to making this training academy one that continues to grow beyond our wildest imaginations. You, in every sense of the word, are defending the future of our nation and of our continent. It is important for people to know, perhaps, that before last year, we didn't have this magnitude of training in this country. This is the second cohort of senior course participants and graduates. And before this time, even when they came here to do some pre-qualification, only a few will go on to study in Ghana, to study in Bangladesh, to study in some of our great allied countries, like we've seen other students come here. And while the Hutton College was a symbol of transformation post-war, through the security sector reform in 2003, in 2022, the government of Sierra Leone, through another set of reform, took a real firm grip of the training of our men and women. And we continue to acknowledge and thank our relationship with the UK and IMAT and all of our other bilateral partners, Ghana especially, for having provided the training for our seed instructors who've been here. Liberia, China, the US, and several of our diplomatic partners, I wouldn't be able to name all of them, have played a significant role in the reform of our security sector, and the strengthening of the tradition and capacity building that we have here. I want to read your research paper, and I know that the chair of the ECOWAS Commission will love to be able to read the insights of your award-winning paper. I do look forward to our copies at State House. Now, it is important that we can all, as graduates, as families, as the military, understand that this is not the beginning, and we must not just stop here. It's a progress that you started to being the leaders that you are today. And it is certainly not the end. And as you are prepared today to go to not just lead battalions, I'm hoping that some of you will lead farms to produce rice that will feed the army from our Feed Saloon project. I'm hoping that many of you will go to become faculty in our colleges that exist. I'm looking forward to seeing some of you lead the enterprises that have been started by the Army to focus on engineering our roads, to focus on sewing our uniforms, to focus on medicine, and some of the great ideas that the leadership of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces have been working on. Welfare is very important to us, and I want to assure you of President Bio's government's resolute commitment in prioritizing your welfare. And along those lines, as I sat there listening to all of your bios, many of you have benefited from experiencing UN peacekeeping and peace support missions. I assure you, and the rest of the ARSLA, that His Excellency, President Julius Maada Bio, every week is working day in, night out to ensure that many more of our gallant men and women are given such opportunities to go and learn and to grow. The welfare is most critical to us. Now I want to close really by telling all of us that in our commitment and strive to developing our country, central to which is securing our country, we must be bold and we must anchor that commitment in humility, in courage, in duty to service, and we must always think that, as a friend recently told me, it takes a day to start a war, and it also takes a day to end the war. We must always aspire to be at peace with ourselves, at peace amongst ourselves, and at peace amongst our nations. Sierra Leone awaits your contributions. God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces. God bless our Commander-in-Chief, and God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. Thank you and congratulations.